Respected judges, greetings of the day. Today, I am going to present a conference presentation on the topic Economics of Happiness, a Road to Human Well-being. I am Rajvinder Kaur, Research Scholar, Chandigarh University. So, starting from introduction, happiness economics is a field of research that employs econometric survey to evaluate the link among personal happiness and economic difficulties, economic stability, quality of life, level of usage, spare time, connections, the atmosphere, and independence and authority are all aspects that are evaluated within happiness economics. The recent World Happiness Report, which reveals how Indians are cumbier than many of the other human on the earth, has gotten a lot of press in India. The economics of happiness is indeed a method of evaluating happiness that incorporates economic and psychological methodologies. Happiness economics seems to be a fairly recent field in the study. It seeks individuals to take out studies in order to determine the economic determinants of reality well. Economists formerly avoided accumulating such knowledge, seeking to define whatever generate happiness from far depending according to their perceptions. Now, coming towards the literature review, for the study, many research studies are reviewed in order to know the previous studies and their contribution. So, the previous studies shows that more pleasure at both macro level could result from persistent GDP expansion that allow individual to enjoy a high standard of life as earnings, spendings and employment prospects rise. Likewise, many researchers found that an increasing number of happiness researchers suggest that personality factors play in determining the relationship among happiness and economic performance. The economics of happiness is is a recent phenomena, and it is a method of evaluating the integrated tools used by economic experts with those utilized the psychologist. Likewise, many studies are done by researchers. From these studies, significance and gaps in the study are identified. So, coming towards the significance of the study, it shows that the academic research of the association between personal happiness and economic problems, including work and income, is known as happiness economics. Happiness economics tries to figure out what elements improve and reduce individual happiness as well as quality of life through econometric analysis. It is very essential for the economic growth and development of the country to explore the economics of happiness. It is relatively a new concept which is not yet much explored. Therefore, there is a strong need to go into the depth into the subject matter. Research gaps. As per the extensive literature review, it is seen that economics of happiness is relatively a new area of study. Not much studies are available in this particular topic. There is a strong need of comprehensive study in this field because previous studies are not much fulfilling the concept. As far as the research on the topic is concerned, it is observed that most of the studies are based on foreign origin. There are very few studies which are of Indian context. The past available literature is very old, which is of no use and they lost their valuability. Coming towards the objectives of the study, so basically there are two broad objectives of the study. The first one is to explore happiest countries in the world, and the next one is to study the factors which measure the economies of happiness. Research methodology. The current study is basically a descriptive based study. Basically, it uses the secondary data, and in secondary data it use various data sources like Google Scholar, EBSCOhost, ResearchGate, JSTOR, Springer, etc. Secondary data includes journals, articles by professors, scholars and academic researchers. Results and discussion. Coming towards the first objective, happiest countries in the world, this is the report generated according to Forbes list. The score of overall 2021 Global Happiness Report was revealed on March 2021. Finland has indeed been crowded the happiest nation in the globe again for fourth year running a row, tailed by Ireland, Denmark, Switzerland as well as the Netherlands. So this is the list of happiest 10 most happiest countries in the world. So now coming towards the factors which measure the economics of happiness. The economic theory of happiness aims to link economic outcomes to a broader measure of satisfaction than standard wealth and income assessments. Economic stability, employment level, leisure time, consumption quality, relationship, environment, etc. are all the factors which are used to measure economic happiness economics. So the first one is work quality. It is indeed not an important about the amount of money one make, as it is about the sense of fulfillment that gets from the job. Boring, monotonous work can be depressing. Self-employment and working in innovative professional job provide opportunities for increased self-esteem and job happiness. Leisure. More money over the cost of recreational time may have a negative impact on happiness degrees. Although some researchers point out that it is not only about the amount of leisure, rather also about the quality of that too. If the children possesses too much spare time, then might seek stimulation through drugs or sports betting. Personal choices may play a role. Certain individual may favor work over leisure time. Then consumption quality. To link consumerism with well-being is a misunderstanding. According to the researchers, the level of consumption matters. For example, purchasing fast food or viewing television may provide short pleasure, but enduring fulfillment is typically lacking. Expert consuming, which entails a degree of hazard, can provide greater delight and a feeling of success. Personal development. People's comfort with their life is important aspect related to their perception of personal advancement. Researchers calculated that the percentage of respondents who believe they are just on a better rug on the career path currently than they were 5 years earlier to the advancement. Environment. Housing quality, minimal pollution, emission, natural surrounding may have a greater impact on human beings' happiness than their money. Income. Income is one of the contributing factor without which income sources one cannot survive. It directly affects the happiness level of human beings. An individual is happier when they have desired and appropriate income of living life. Family's well-being. People prioritize not just their personal well-being but also the well-being of their children. The satisfaction of their parents is derived from the children's ability. In addition, if the children obtain high-paying occupations, they will stand in a better condition to assist the parents when they retire. So this is also one of the big measure to measure the economics of happiness. Inequality. Individual happiness disparity could also be due to dissatisfaction with economic inequality, which may overshadow the beneficial effects of socio-economic growth and increased national income. So these disparities also act as a reminder that per capita income, defined as the amount of nation's GDP divided by its population, is merely a crude estimate of personal financial well-being. Non-economic factors. Even when a large range of elements is taken into account, issues such as social relationships, trust, self-respect, spiritual convictions, and so on would have an impact on happiness. So coming towards a conclusion, a study of economic happiness can teach policymaker a lot about economics of happiness. Continuous development of materials and services as well as faster economic development, which is measured by GDP, should never be a nation's sole purpose in ensuring its citizens' pleasure. Ultimately, economic strategy should be focused on promoting human well-being, which ultimately leads to economics of happiness. There is a strong need to work on these aspects of economics of happiness. Developed countries need to focus especially in this area. There are numerous factors which can measure the economics of happiness of citizens. People who are engaged in the approach were happier than those of who are actively participating in many other standard alternate jobless programs. Policies and practices that promote social relationships, social cohesion, and civic involvement can help in citizens to be happier. So these are some of the references used in the study for the literature review and all. Thank you so much.